On Inside the Boardroom today, Honey Badger Silver, a Canadian company with silver projects from Yukon to Nunavut, and it is redefining how investors think about silver. Now, the company has partnered with US-based Monetary Metals to turn its future silver royalties into income-generating assets. Well, Executive Chairman and Interim CEO Chad Williams joins us this afternoon. Chad, thanks indeed for your time.
My pleasure. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, look, let's start with this new partnership, right? What exactly does your collaboration with Monetary Metals do, and how does it change Honey Badger's approach to silver investing?
Okay. The first step to that answer is to explain what Monetary Metals is. So they've invented a way. One of the defects, if I could use the word defect, with precious metals is that they don't generate income. They don't generate revenue. A bond generates interest. Stocks generate dividends, but precious metals basically just sit there. So Monetary Metals came up with a very interesting way that investors can park their precious metals with them, and they've devised ways where they can generate income on those precious metals. Okay, so that's Monetary Metals. Very clever. Nobody else does it. It's there's a web-based interface. It's a very good system. Okay, so how this is going to work in the future is we are going to buy silver or royalties or silver loans through them because they have an access to a global network of opportunities. And by partnering up with them, our investors will get access to silver income, silver metal plus silver income. And we plan to do some very innovative things with that silver income. There is no other vehicle in the world, okay, that investors can do that through other than Honey Badger. Monetary Metals is private, but through Honey Badger, investors will get exposure to this silver stream, revenue, income, whatever you want to call it. And so we're outrageously excited about this. We've been working for a long time to get this off the ground. And obviously, we just made the announcement just a few weeks ago.
I suppose that's what you mean when you say the move allows Honey Badger to own silver, earn silver, and reinvest.
With our partners at Monetary Metals. They're facilitating, they're creating the mechanism for us to do.
Now, Honey Badger has created its own royalty arm, right? You've partly explained that. Yeah. Honey Badger Silver Royalty. Yeah. How does this new model fit in with your exploration projects, Chad, on the ground, especially in Yukon and Nunavut?
Sure. It's a great question. So let's back up a little bit. Let's go back in time a bit. About 5 years ago, I took control of Honey Badger. It was a shell. Okay, we changed the management, we changed the board. And our vision at that time was that silver was going to go much, much higher. So we all sat down in a room and we said, how are we going to benefit? I own 25% of Honey Badger. This is my silver investment vehicle. And so there are three legs to the stool, or three prongs to our approach. Number one, we will own silver ounces in the ground. Okay. That was the plan. We now have 150 million ounces of silver equivalent in the ground. We own that. That's ours. We own 100% of those projects. We control them. Number two, we would own silver streams, silver coming in, physical silver metal. That's our partnership with Monetary Metals. Stay tuned. Okay, there's a lot more to come with this partnership. And then number three is we're going to have high-grade silver exploration projects so that when silver goes crazy, okay, we'll be exploring those projects and adding silver ounces in the ground. All right? So there is no other company that comes remotely close to our strategy. It's different. It's confusing to some. but it's very simple. Silver is going higher. And basically, our motto is if you like silver, you will love
Yeah.
honey badger because of these three aspects of it. Okay? You'll profit, you'll benefit, you'll gain because of those three different, silos, silver investment silos.
Yeah, so let's talk about Plata in the Yukon, right? I mean, what stage is the project at, and how significant could it be in terms of adding to your future royalty and streaming income?
So Plata was a silver mine many decades ago. All right,
Yeah.
it's in the Yukon, a very remote part of the Yukon, and the grades were so high, the silver grades were so high that they actually built an airstrip. They would fly there, mine it, put the silver ore, the rocks into bags, and put those on a plane, ship that to Idaho for smelting, and make money on that. That gives you an idea. It's multi-kilograms of silver per ton, very high grade. Okay, and that's why we were initially interested in Plata. Let's call that Plata 1.0. And we still think there's very high grade silver potential there. But the surprising thing, and let's put this in the better be lucky than smart category, because we just got lucky here, I'll admit that. Our neighbor, which is a company called Snowline Gold, which is a multi-billion dollar company now, they made a huge gold discovery right next to us. The area wasn't looked at for gold potential in the past. They came up with a new geologic concept, all right, called a reduced intrusion related gold system. They in essence invented some new gold theory of why the gold is there, made a huge discovery, many millions of ounces of gold, huge success. And so that left us scratching our head a little bit. And so last summer we went, do we have one of these RERGS systems? So we spent a lot of time, energy, effort to look for that. And lo and behold, it looks like we have that potential now. So Plata 2.0, oddly enough, looks like it has very high gold potential. All right. Plata 1.0 is the high grade silver in one part of the property. Plata 2.0 is 90% of this, the rest of the property, if you will. And by the way, we've staked additional lands. Okay. And we think it's got very high gold potential. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Yep. No, that'll be interesting to see what turns out there.
Yeah.
Look, you also hold ground in Nanisivik, right? An area with, again, a rich mining history there, Chad.
Yes.
What potential do you see there for silver development or partnerships?
Sure. So Nanisivik was a very prominent base metal mine that had silver credits. It was run by very sophisticated people. It was a great training ground for mining engineers, geologists. It was a very, very strong, but it shut down because of low metal prices many years ago. And they still had 4 or 5 years of reserves there. But what attracted us there is that they had 100 million ton deposit of pyrite. It was uneconomic to mine the pyrite in those days. But two things have changed. Number one, sulfuric acid, which is made using pyrite, is now very much in demand. Number two, we think that this pyrite zone has 1 or 2 ounces per ton, or 30 to as high as 60 grams per ton of silver potential. So if you do the quick math, that could be 100 or 200 million ounces of silver in an, let's call it a mineral deposit that could be economic to mine just for the sulfuric acid. Plus, this deposit, again, as I said, it's shut down because of the low zinc price predominantly, but there's lots of exploration potential. And we own the whole area. Like we own many, many kilometers of it. So we think Nanisivik has huge potential for all of those reasons I just mentioned.
And just to wrap up, Chad, I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm wondering, so, how do you position the company here? Are you positioning it as a silver producer, a royalty player, or something, entirely new, perhaps in between? What's the deal?
So I invented the streaming concept many years ago. Okay. I come up with innovative, and I've come up with a new royalty concept as well, which we'll put into Honey Badger, and stay tuned on that as well. It's a very innovative royalty concept that we're very excited about. But these are new things. These are innovative, and it takes a little while for people to grasp what is Chad doing? What is Honey Badger doing? What we are doing is we are creating the best silver investment vehicle we can think of. All right? It's a buy and hold. We're not an exploration company. We're not a royalty company. We're not a development company. We're a silver company. We own silver assets. And as I said a little earlier, if you like silver, you're going to love Honey Badger. Now, it's not sufficient for silver to go higher for us to make money. We can make money by being clever, by doing innovative royalties. We can create value for our shareholders by finding silver ounces through exploration. We can do studies, for example, on the sulfide pyrite deposit at Nanisivik. These are very low cost, very innovative ways for us to create value for our investors, our shareholders, who share our vision that silver is going much higher.
Well, sounds compelling indeed. Well, Executive Chairman and Interim CEO at Honey Badger, Chad Williams, it's been a pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you. Likewise.